I'm going to show you something here. It's kind of racking my brain on a little bit, and I second guess myself. Most of, like, let's just say the 14 to 18 F150s that come in where the windshield wipers don't work, or there's some kind of issue with like the wiper motor not turning on or something like that. If you mainly the windshield wipers not working, you know, people come in like, hey man, I got a truck, it's fairly new, 60-70,000 miles on it, my wipers don't work. And then you go up here, you check your 30 amp fuse over here in the corner, and then you check, make sure your 10 amp fuse here is okay, and then you make sure you swap your relays around, see if anything changes. Nothing changes. You eliminate the bulk of your problem just by checking your fuses and everything else, right? So what I ended up finding is it's the turn signal selector. Once you've got all your fuses and relays and everything checked, it's not like you went in there and just mysteriously pulled the wires and stuff out. Spend a little bit of money it is for, go on Amazon and even get it, but I'll show you the part number right here. FL3Z13K359AC. Punch that in online. I mean, if you ain't got a lot of time to be worrying about diagnosing stuff, 99.9% of the time that selector's bad. And literally what you have to do is, I'll show you real quick. I've already got it put back together because I was so frustrated I forgot to make the video. There's two Torx T10s behind this column that hold the selector in. Literally it just slides right out of the column. There's one T10 underneath it and one T10 Torx above it. And then there's 3.5 or 5.5 millimeter bolts underneath here in these holes. And when you go to pull all this apart, basically it just unsnaps in the front. The bottom half of it will come out from around this key, this top part here. You can literally just grab this centerpiece here and pop it right out of there, and then pull the whole thing out after you get everything unbolted, and then snap it back in. And then once you get in here, there's one T10 and another T10. Then that thing just slides right out of the column, literally. Easy peasy. Clean it all out if you can with some like electrical spray, rubbing alcohol. Wipe it off the best you can. That grease that's in there, it's a dielectric grease anyway, so you don't really have to worry about it, even if you leave some residual stuff there. And then also, you know, put it all back together and stuff like that. That's your turn signal selector. Another fuse that I checked was, I almost forgot to mention this. Over here behind this panel, there's a 7.5 amp fuse right there. That brownish colored one. I checked to make sure that fuse was good also. And basically, that body control module is housed right behind this. That just basically snaps in right there. And then this cover here, you just grab it. I just grab them and yank them down because it's just little push pins. That back, it's got a little tab right there. That tab fits up inside that little square hole. So you literally just push it in that hole back there. Push that in. And push that in. And now that bottom cover and everything's back. That's all there was to it. But I'm telling you, unless you got a major electrical problem and you're not wanting to be putting out a lot of labor and stuff like that, and you check all your fuses and stuff are fine, that turn signal selector, 99.9%, just here alone, I bet you I've done a dozen of them in these trucks. They all go bad for some reason. It's just a very poor design. I know this is not a tip-top diagnostic video and everything like that, but it's the end of the day. You see nobody's in the shop. I'm the only one here. I'm trying to get some last-minute work done, and I thought, you know what? Why not at least talk about the situation and maybe help somebody else out that will run into this problem. 99.9% of the time, it's that turn signal selector. I guarantee it. Thanks, guys.